Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're talking about the main event of the evening, Jan Blachowicz versus Teixeira. Let's get it going.
Aaron Rodgers, Conor McGregor versus Tony Ferguson.
So, I've mentioned this already in the last two videos when I was talking about Jan Sandhagen and Dan Hooker, Islam Makhachev. This fight's not that big of a deal. Okay, until we get a few more fights. Let's be honest, Jan Blachowicz's, what was this, his first, maybe his second title defense, I don't know off the top of my head, was against Israel Adesanya, right? And that was a big fight for Jan Blachowicz, but it didn't really give us any clarity as to how great of a fighter he is. Now, Jan Blachowicz hasn't lost in quite some time, and the person he lost to honestly doesn't exist anymore, right? Because that was a Thiago Santos who beat Jan Blachowicz, fought John Jones, because that's what that was. It was a #1 contender fight, if you remember, and then his knees got messed up, right? So that Thiago Santos is gone. That John Jones is gone. Or John Jones is in heavyweight, or he's in Vegas. I don't know what John Jones is doing. He's working out, right? And the absence of John Jones is why this fight just, it doesn't matter as much. We are going to get to a point, you know, where maybe Yuri Prochaska or you know, another unknown light heavyweight starts to come on their rise. We are going to get to a point where the light heavyweight division isn't all about John Jones. However, right now, you know, Anthony Smith fought John Jones. Glover Teixeira fought John Jones. Thiago Santos fought John Jones. And they're also in the top 10, some top 5 of the light heavyweight division. That's why when I see this fight, I'm like, okay, if Glover wins, this is just him taking advantage of John Jones not being the champion anymore, which credit to, you know, where credit's due. But it doesn't feel real. It's like Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje's, you know, interim championship belts. It's not real. Khabib was just doing Khabib things. Like, that's why you won that. If you know, any other person was on top of the lightweight division instead of Khabib, who likes to fight when he wants to fight, not when, you know, the UFC wants him to fight, they would never have won a title. And that's kind of what this feels like. It feels like an interim belt, but at the same time frame, it is a real belt because John Jones is gone. Right? So, like I said, it's probably going to be a good fight. It might be, might not be. These are two amazing fighters, for sure, but it doesn't have all the intrigue. It doesn't have, you know, Jan and Sandhagen. It doesn't have Islam Makhachev versus, you know, Dan Hooker vibes. Like, it's just light heavyweight, right? I'd have to say, of the men, this is probably the most boring division in the UFC. And it's not because the fighters are so boring. It's just because we all know the best fighter. It's a little like what's going on right now in lightweight, right? But the difference is the personalities in lightweight are crazy. Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler, Conor McGregor, Tony Ferguson. These are some crazy personalities. And other than Yuri Prochaska, there really isn't any like crazy. I mean, yeah, Anthony Smith sits at the desk, you know, and Glover Teixeira's got old dad vibes, but it's like, there's not a lot of exciting characters in the light heavyweight division, right? But I digress, right? So overall, the way the fight's going to go, I personally think that this isn't going to be very close. I think that the style of Glover Teixeira, you know, this let's strike, let's have precision but powerful strikes, and sometimes go to the ground. That favors Jan Blachowicz because his style is very similar, right? But their styles aren't so similar that you would think that it's a close fight. Like a Sandhagen and Jan are both going to want to keep it standing. I don't know who wins a stand-up fight there. Jan Blachowicz has probably the most power of anybody in the light heavyweight division. Glover Teixeira might be second in that group, but it's a gap. It's a definite gap. And Yuri Prochaska might have more power, right? And there's other guys there as well, right? The reason I keep bringing up Yuri is because I feel like Yuri, who's the backup fighter, by the way, should be here instead of Glover Teixeira. But I think this was like, okay, here's your last chance, Glover Teixeira, to win a belt. If you can't do it, good luck in Bellator, right? Or wherever Glover Teixeira goes from here. But I do want to give credit where credit's due. Glover Teixeira is an all-time great fighter. Like I said, I don't think this fight's going to be very close. I think that Jan's going to come out fresh. He's going to come out ready to go, ready to rock and roll. And I think that this is his time now. And it's unfortunate for Glover Teixeira because this is his best chance that he's ever had to win the belt right here tomorrow in Abu Dhabi. right, at 2 o'clock. But there's a reason he's never won the belts. He doesn't have the wherewithal to withstand Jan Blachowicz's power, that Polish power, right? I think that if Glover tries to take it down, I think Jan's a better wrestler than him too. So I don't see a spot where Glover Teixeira wins. Jan's younger. I think Jan's taller, right? So, Islam Makhachev versus Dan Hooker was the biggest gap as far as underdog versus favorite on DraftKings. I think this fight should be. I don't see a scenario where Glover Teixeira wins, and maybe I'm way off base on saying that, but overall, I think that Jan Blachowicz easily takes care of Glover Teixeira. Second round TKO. That's right, second round TKO. But let me know what you guys think. Who do you like in this fight and why? Let me know in those comments down below. Click that like button to show your support for the channel. Subscribe for even more content. But most importantly of all, have a good day.